Okay, welcome in one and all. I'm now going to change things up and kind of talk about Jonathan Toews. Now, he hasn't officially made his retirement, but he did say he wanted to step away from the game of hockey. Obviously, the last time he played was just last regular season. I just wanted to go over his career thus far, as if he does happen to retire, these would be the final stats of his legendary NHL career. So, back in 2006, he was drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks, and he played his entire career with the Blackhawks up until his recent departure from the NHL. Again, maybe he is retiring. Maybe just wants to take a year away from hockey because of obviously injuries, and they kind of plagued him towards the end of his playing career. So he was drafted third overall in the 2006 NHL draft, and he made his official NHL debut in 2007 2008, playing 64 games. He had 24 goals, 30 assists for 54 points. The following season, 82 games, 34 goals, 35 assists, and 69 points in that season. Now, what's mind blowing, and I didn't know this until I looked up his stats, he only had 2 seasons in his entire NHL career where he played a full 82 game season. Even in the shortened season, which I will be reviewing, he did miss a game. So it's hard to believe that he was not able to play more than 2 full regular seasons, and many wondered, had he been able to do that, I'm sure he would have been able to put up more goals, more assists, and obviously more points. The 2009-2010 campaign, 76 games played, 25 goals, 43 assists for 68 points. The following season, he had 80 games, 32 goals, 44 assists for 76 points. At that point, that was his highest total of his points total, I should say, of his career up until that point. 2011-2012, 59 games played, 29 goals, 28 assists for 57 points. In the 2012-2013 season, that was a shortened season. There was no actual regular season games between October and December. I'm pretty sure the season got underway in January, so it was technically just the 2013 season. It was a 48 game season for every team, and like I said, he did miss one game in that particular era. 23 goals, 25 assists for 48 points. In 2013-2014, 76 games played, 28 goals, 40 assists for 68 points. 2014-2015, 81 games played, almost a full season, 28 goals, 38 assists for 66 points. 2015-2016, 80 games played, 28 goals, 30 assists for 58 points. 2016-2017, 72 games played, 21 goals, 37 assists for 58 points. Back-to-back 58-point seasons. 2017-2018, 74 games played, 20 goals, 32 assists for 52 points. So you can kind of see how he's slowly been regressing over the past X amount of seasons. And then in 2018-2019, boom, jumped almost 30 points, 82 games played, 35 goals, 46 assists for 81 points. So he pretty much averaged a point a game that season. 2019-2020, 70 games played, and that's when we had the whole COVID uh, uh, pandemic on our hands. So therefore, this season was shortened. So maybe had that not happened, maybe he could have played yet another full season. But again, that was the cutoff for a lot of teams, was 70 games ish, 18 goals, 42 assists for 60 points. 2020, 2021, he missed that entire season. But just like 2013, it was actually a shortened season. There were no games scheduled in the fall of 2020 because obviously they had the playoffs go into September of that year. So in 2021, 2022, he would make a comeback, 71 games played, 12 goals, 25 assists for 37 points. And in just this past regular season, 53 games played, 15 goals, 16 assists for 31 points. You can see how his point totals slowly regress over time. But 2018, 2019, like I said, that was his best total points up until of his career. So he has played a total of 1,067 regular season games, had 372 goals, 511 assists, 883 points. Let's take a look at his playoff stats. So the first time he made the postseason was in his second year as a member of the Blackhawks, 2008-2009. 17 games played, 7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points. They went all the way to the Western Conference Final, and they ended up losing to the Detroit Red Wings. 2009-2010, they would have a bounce back. They'd get all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. 22 games played, 7 goals, 22 assists for 29 points. That would be the first of 3 Stanley Cups for Jonathan Toews and the Blackhawks. 2010, 2011, they would play Vancouver, who they were very familiar with at that time. After defeating them, I believe, the past 2 playoff series, the Canucks finally got their revenge. So it was a very shortened playoff stint for the Blackhawks that year. 7 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. 2011, 2012, 6 games played, 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points. 2012, 2013, this would be his second of 3 Stanley Cup rings. 23 games played, 3 goals, 11 assists for 14 points. 2013, 2014, they would advance all the way to the Western Conference Final. Unfortunately, they ran into the Los Angeles Kings, who ultimately went on to win the Stanley Cup. 19 games played, 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. 2014, 2015, this would be his 3rd championship with the Blackhawks, and they were kind of forming a dynasty at that point. But I had a funny feeling with all the contracts and how much they were making, how much he was making, especially along with his buddy Patrick Kane. I knew that this team was not going to last. And then as I get further into the playoffs of his career, you'll see how the team kind of regressed over time. So in 2014, 2015, 23 games played, 10 goals, 11 assists for 21 points. 2015, 2016, they would get bounced by the St. Louis Blues in 7 games. He had no goals, and he had 6 assists for 6 points. 2016, 2017, Chicago would finish atop of that Central Division, but they got swept by the Nashville Predators, who went on to have a tremendous playoff run, advancing all the way to the Stanley Cup Final, upsetting quite a lot of teams. 4 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Between 2018 and 2019, the Blackhawks would not qualify for the postseason. When the pandemic hit in 2020, the league took the top 14 teams from each conference. They played in a little bubble. The West played in Edmonton. The East played in Toronto. The Chicago Blackhawks would play a best of 5 with the Edmonton Oilers. They would beat them in 4 games. And then the Blackhawks would technically begin their postseason against the Vegas Golden Knights, losing in 5 games. So 4 plus 5, 9 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points. And that would be the last time that Jonathan Toews and the Chicago Blackhawks would take part in the postseason, as in 2021, 2022, and 2023, the Blackhawks did not qualify for the playoffs. So that is my recap of Jonathan Toews' NHL career. Is he going to be officially retired? Will he make a comeback? Only time will tell. But if he does retire, I guarantee he's going to, be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he'll obviously be a Blackhawk legend. And I'm sure he'll have his number retired sometime in the near future. All right, as always, if you like this type of content, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. And until next time, take care.